Good morning and welcome to the first vlog for Foxtrot Photography. I have a salad shoot that I'm going to today in Kansas. So that is a 4-hour plus drive for me for 4.5 hours. So I am up early this morning getting feed for horses, chickens, and goats. I have my little entourage here. And then we're gonna hit the road. So this is one of the things I plan on doing with these vlogs on this channel, is taking you guys with me when I travel. So any styled shoots, any paid shoots, any other fun thing I'm doing that is related to my business or my horses. So like I said, today we're going to Kansas. A fellow equine photographer is putting on a styled shoot that she's called Lovers and Longhorns. Now you guys have probably heard me talk on TikTok that I am not somebody who does weddings unless they fall underneath some very specific guidelines. And it just so happens that Kristen, or Basic White Butch on TikTok, is doing an elopement, which is one of my requirements in order to do a wedding, with her wife or fiance. And myself and Tisha of TP Creations have been invited to come photograph the event. Now this Lovers and Longhorns styled shoot is based off of an elopement idea. So it's going to be Western themed, but it is focused on telling a love story. So I wanted to go to this to practice, get some ideas, learn from other photographers who do weddings and love stories more often than I do. And this will just give me some ideas and some education for when I do the elopement for Kristen and Rue. And this is why I harp so hard on education and not just getting quote unquote good at something and leaning it there. I want to provide the very best pictures I can for Kristen and her wife. And the only way that I can do that is to make sure that I am up to date and learning new poses and new styling ideas and new things to look out for and pay attention to in these kinds of scenarios. So it's my responsibility as a good photographer to can always be continuing my education, going to styled shoots, going to opportunities that would allow me to practice for the things I want to get paid for. Doesn't my car look lovely right now? It is so muddy here. So I've got all my things, my camera. I am bringing 2 lenses. I am bringing my 70-200, which is what I typically use for horses and action shots and stuff like that. It's a great zoom camera. I am also bringing my 35mm, which I use for wide angle shots. I also have a power bank that I'm bringing with because I have a sunset lamp that might be fun to play with and let others play with while I'm there. I also have all my things to last me through the day, change of clothes and everything. I'm gonna be staying at a hotel out there. So I am all set with my gear and the animals have been fed. So I'm gonna go inside, get some coffee, say goodbye to my kids, and then I'm gonna start hitting the road. All right, you guys, here we go. I said goodbye to everybody, got all my gear and everything, and we are heading on the road. I've been driving for about 30 minutes right now, so I am heading into a town called Yuma, Colorado, and they have a great little coffee shop there with food and whatnot, and there's also a 7-Eleven in this town. So I'm gonna stop here, grab some coffee and a bite to eat, get my usual road trip snacks that I always need to have with me, and then head on out for our 3.5 hour drive. So this is Yuma, Colorado, another very small town. Not as small as the town that we're now living in, it's a little bigger, but it's a nice little stopping area to be able to grab coffee and whatnot before we hit basically nothing until I get to my location. So this is the farmhouse market. We're just gonna pull into their little drive-through and see what they got for coffee today. All right, so we got the goods. Got a bagel sandwich and a London fog for my little breakfast this morning. Love a good London fog, so I was very excited to see that they were doing that as their special for this week. Road snacks I always gotta have the pickles, gotta have the beef jerky, and finally you gotta get the Gordettos with the rye chips. The rest of the Gordettos bag is, you know, whatever. You gotta have the rye chips. And then I also grabbed some more caffeine, because every photographer needs to be well fueled on caffeine for the entire day. So we are gonna head up on the road. The route I took me east into Nebraska and then south into Kansas. I love long scenic drives like this because I don't have to worry about traffic. I can just zone out listening to my true crime podcasts, and it's just overall a relaxing trip. And really, there are a few things better than this big sky. After 4 hours of driving, I pulled up to the Round Top, which is the little elopement ceremony area that the shoot's being held at. I was the last person to show up, but that was okay. Everyone was just mingling and working on flat lays and taking detail shots. Would you believe that that little house over there is an actual Airbnb and bar for the wedding? I thought it was really super cute. The Round Top is a really sweet little place if you're looking for that country kind of elopement. So after the detail shots, we worked on getting some pictures of the cake cutting. Then we did some photos of the bride. I really wanted to focus on bits of her jewelry. I remember from my wedding, some of my favorite photos are just pictures of like the necklace I was wearing and my ring up really close. I feel like noticing these small details and capturing them are always really appreciated. We then went outside where there were some cow ponies, there were some longhorns in a field, took some more pictures of the bride and of the groom. It was extremely windy that day, but it actually worked a lot. I like how it gives a windswept look to everything. We got some styled portraits and then went in to get some first dance photos before heading outside to marry the couple. The owner of the Round Top actually put corn husks out so that the longhorns would gather around where we were having our little ceremony. I loved having them there. They offered for some really cute photos. After that, we had our bride and groom change and we decided to go out into a big open pasture and get some gorgeous sunset on horseback photos. You guys know how much I love the golden color of sunset, so those are some of my favorite pictures from the whole thing. All right, so I'm back in my hotel room now. The styled shoot was great. It was a lot of fun. I really love going to styled shoots because it just allows you to kind of break up the monotony of your work sometimes. I don't do weddings, and so it's not all the time that I get to do couples shoots when it comes to equine photography. Most wedding photographers now offer engagement sessions to their couples, so I don't often get to shoot couples with their horses. So this was a fun chance to play around with some new ideas, see how other people kind of work in these situations and get some ideas from them. It also forces you, what I love about style shoots is it forces you to have to move and get outside of your comfort zone in terms of how close you are to your subject or the angles that you use, because you know, that position that is that straight on shot with your subject, everyone's trying to go for that place. So I typically challenge myself at styled shoots to go where everyone else isn't. It forces me to not always go for that typical shot because I know that everybody else is gonna have that same exact shot, and I don't wanna have everybody else's the same shot as everybody else. I wanna go to something different. So it forces me to do a lot of what can I shoot through, what kind of foreground can I play with, what kind of angles can I shoot from, how can I shoot over things or under things or whatever. And it's given me some really cool poses that I now implement on a regular basis within my work. The hosts of the styled shoot, Olivia Long Photography and Mirror 3 Photography, they did a fantastic job. They got some really beautiful florists, and the venue that we shot at was really cool and unique. And then the models were just fantastic. Yeah, a lot of really awesome things going on with that shoot. I'm really excited to work on those photos and share them with you guys. So thanks so much for coming along on my first little vlog here for my new channel. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments some other things you would like to have me vlog. You know, as the more I do this, hopefully they will get better. So if you want to see more behind the scenes of styled shoots that I go to, or just behind the scenes of shoots that I am hired to do, horse shows, or any other events that I go on or training that I do with my own horses, please leave me a note in the comments. Let me know what you would like to see on this channel, and I will definitely make sure that it happens.
Oh, the world seems to have lost me, or maybe I just lost the world. It don't listen to me these days, and I can't catch the stones it hurls. Maybe it's got nothing to show, just the sex, the blood, the gore. I used to think that it is more. No, I don't know anymore. No, I don't.